Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ball Busters podcast. As always, I'm Foster. With me is Caleb.
Hello.
And as always, Dan.
Go fuck yourselves.
Whoa, alright, wow. Fucking
That was a little
going
hostile.
right in on it, alright.
I mean, honestly,
Listen here, Dan. You look like a Gears of War character that's been doing meth instead of steroids, so I'll slap the shit out of you. Don't make me. You're a,
do I
you're
look like I have been doing meth, or have I been doing meth? I haven't seen my character. Or wait, no, you did. No, you showed it to me.
You
Never
in
mind.
real
I just
life
don't remember
look
what
like
it looks
it.
like.
I meant you in real life look like it, but alright. Anyways,
Orange chicken.
orange chicken, it's all the same. I'm out here in the cold eating chicken sandwiches.
Alright, guys, so how's everyone's week been so far?
Good. I'm ready for your birthday party, or your birthday, because then we're just gonna get really drunk again, and like I'm really tired, and like those are my 2 days off. I'm like working up to them and then after, so we're gonna have to make sure we get really lit.
Damn stoked for that. Fucking, mine wasn't too bad. However, the night we had my birthday party, though, my girlfriend had her fucking, oil stolen from her. Talon had cigarettes stolen from him, and then I had my weed stolen. But, I mean, other than that, it wasn't too bad of a night.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, that's why you always keep my stuff on a short leash. If you ever like see my stuff by itself during a party, it's because like something bad probably happened. Like I always keep myself on me. Like myself on me. I keep all my stuff on me is what I meant. Because, like, I don't trust anybody with my stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Especially when you hear shit like that all goes missing. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, but, I don't know. I'm excited for my fucking birthday, though. I turned 21. I'm gonna get really fucked up on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think that was the first time in how long that the three of us were together in a room again.
Well, I mean, you and Caleb had seen each other. That's the first time I'd seen you since quarantine, so I hadn't seen you in like 2 months.
Yeah, it had been quite a while. It was a pretty fun night.
Yeah,
Some
if
of
you
it I don't
remember
quite
any of it,
remember,
Mr.
but-
Stumbles.
yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, I remember a good majority of the first half in good detail, but then like once it started going later on in the night, I just kind of started looking for places to
I
lay
noticed
down.
you were laying in some pretty peculiar spots.
Yeah.
Like, just like on every other like couch you look at, like Dan's sleeping on it.
We
We were on vacation, dude.
Dude, I'm still on vacation, dude. I'm in my fucking swimming trunks and Hawaiian shirt still. And I have a Hawaiian jacket on.
Yeah, I had to go home from that vacation. Yeah, that one had to end.
I went to Matt's, like, and like just sat in his hot tub and got way too fucking drunk.
Dude,
in
his
it.
new place is so fucking nice, though.
I
on a
love
real
it, dude.
note.
It's a really nice spot, and like the hot tub's in a super cool spot, and like they live so close to the like both of us that like we can just kind of like roll over there almost anytime we need.
I can literally fucking walk there. It's nice.
Dude, yeah, same here. Like it's almost a waste to drive from my
Yeah.
house. Like honestly, like it's like there's a hop, skip, and jump down the fucking road. Honestly.
We've seen any fucking movies this week lately, or fucking anyone or anything that we'd like want to see?
No, but Foster,
Hmm.
we didn't. I haven't. Okay, hang on. I haven't seen anything, but you and me, when we were at Walmart, we picked up that Daniel Radcliffe movie. Guns Akimbo. Yeah, it's Guns Akimbo. It's upstairs.
Dude, it looks interesting. Daniel Radcliffe has fucking guns stapled to his goddamn hands.
Yeah, it's wild. It is fucking wild, and like Daniel, it's like, have you ever seen that picture of Daniel Radcliffe, where he's like, it looks like he's all cracked out with the guns in his hands? That's what this is. That's what that's from. Like where he's in like his pajamas and like in his bathrobe. He's like holding the two pistols.
Oh, dude, no, those aren't stapled on, dude.
Yeah,
You
they're
got
like
nailed
nailed
gun,
in.
dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, they're more like nailed in. That's like the main villain's like some like white haired girl. I think She kind of looks like she kind of looks like Dee from fucking Always Sunny, but that's probably not who that is.
Ooh, you want to know what Matt watched this week? I watched a little clip of it at work. With him. It was that new Vin Diesel one. It's a
Bloodshot.
Yeah, it's a good action flick. I'll give it that.
That's the one where he got
dialogue wise. I mean, it's a Vin Diesel movie.
Yeah.
Like, don't expect like anything deep, but fuck, it was a good action movie though. I'll give it that. Probably one of the best action movies I've seen.
That's the one where he got
he gets like superpowers and shit, and he goes up against like other superheroes. Like, there's kind of like this part where he goes up against like this like robotic Spider-Man. It's kind of fucked up.
So is it like nanites that give him his powers, or like nanobots? Or some shit?
I don't know because I didn't watch the whole thing. I only because Matt just showed me the scene where Vin Diesel was like fighting on this skyscraper, and he fucking like Superman punches the guy down off this elevator shaft, off this like skyscraper that's being built, and it's like just a ridiculous like long fucking fall, like over the top, like kind of like Rambo 2 when he was like fucking shooting at everyone from down the hill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like that, but I mean, like, it was an action movie, so I'm like, like, I'm not gonna fucking poke the logic too fucking hard, because, like, that just takes the fun out of that.
I mean, I guess, like, there's nothing wrong with it being over the top, though, especially when it's, like,
Well, that's the point. It's just
it's
supposed to be an action movie. It's
action
not...
movies, they gotta be over the top.
It's not supposed to be anything else, really. I mean, and, like, you can appreciate it for that. It was a good action flick.
What about you, Dan? You see or, like, have anything you're excited to watch?
I mean, I picked up Young Abe Lincoln, The Criterion, a couple days ago. I rewatched Red State. Still one of my favorite horror movies of the 2010s, for sure.
God, I love that movie. Ryan Hollinger did a fucking video. Well, he did a video on the trilogy, I guess, technically, on Red State, Tusk, and Yoga Hosers, but, like, I don't know.
That's not really a trilogy, though, I don't think.
Well, I know. Well, it's not.
I don't think I've seen Red State.
Red State was really good. It's the most realistic one out of the three, for sure.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, fuck.
Best written.
Tusk is like a shitpost. Dude, like, it's intentionally dark.
I fucking
feel, but, like, it's
dude. When I watched fucking Red State, though, I was like 11 or 12. It kind of like it fucked with me for like a couple weeks. I was just like I couldn't go to churches for a while because I was just like,
What is it about? Because when I hear Red State, I think of like a communist invasion.
It's kind of like the Westboro Baptist Church meets David Koresh in the Waco, Texas shootovert.
Oh, hell yeah!
If you know about that incident.
Oh, I sure do.
Yeah, it's kind of like those ideas because Kevin Smith's friend Malcolm Ingram made a movie called Small Town Gay Bar because he was a gay guy, and he interviewed Fred Phelps, and during the whole interview, like, he recorded the entire thing and sent the footage off to Kevin, and what caught Kevin kind of off guard and surprised him about it was how calm and collective he was during the whole interview as he's just spilling out this hate shit.
Yeah, like, they're completely calm about it. It's nuts. Oh, and Michael Parks, the main villain from Tusk, the guy who turned Justin Long into the Walrus, he's also the main villain in this one. He's the lead preacher. He does such a good fucking job.
Yeah, that monologue when we first like really meet his character is like one of the best scenes in a Kevin Smith movie.
Michael Parks is just really good with huge bits of dialogue in general, though. I mean, like, give Tusk all the shit that you want, but, like, even, like, when he's, like, doing the storytelling to, like, Justin Long in the beginning, it's still pretty descriptive and vivid, and you can tell he's, like, invested in the character.
I was gonna say, I always thought that was, like, some really good acting on that part, like, for sure. Like,
Michael
felt like
he was a really good fucking actor.
It felt like he was really actually telling a story. Like, it didn't feel like it was, like, a scripted story. It felt like a story he was coming up with himself as he was sitting there. You fuckface.
Sorry.
Alright, now you gotta go out to the garage and get me one of my cans. Oh, fuck, we should have brought those out here. Yeah. Oh, damn, why didn't we cool any of them off?
Oh, well.
Oh, I need beer. Alright. Well, anyways, in other news, as I'm calling it from now on, my current outlook on things for like, I don't know, Gears related is like hopefully looking up because of Gears Tactics. Because don't get me wrong, I don't hate Gears 5, but like I gotta say the story like. Oh my Jesus Christ, Foster!
Sorry, there's a lot
the
of beer.
story wasn't exactly the best in my opinion, and like I'm not gonna lie, like I don't have anything against Kate. Like I think Kate's a cool character, but like
Okay, thank you. I wasn't the
when I
only one who
play
had issues
when
with
I
it.
play Gears, I kind of want to play as someone as from the like the Phoenix family, or like if they even wanted to, that they should have made it like a Santiago or something. That would have been cool. Seeing fucking Dom's like fucking like long lost child or something show up.
I feel like Kate's part didn't bother me. What I felt like took me out of Gears 5 was the story was too fucking short.
It felt
For a Gear,
choppy
like,
too.
I mean, like, granted, alright, I mean, Gears games aren't super long for, like,
No,
campaign, but they still fit,
they
like,
fit
a
a
decent
lot,
amount
yeah.
for, like, about the 5 to 8 hours of game for campaign.
Yeah.
That's roughly about what it is. Like, let's just say, because it's a linear
Gears,
story.
yeah, I
You're
think
not
Gears
really
3
doing
is,
much,
is probably the longest, yeah.
yeah, but like what Gears 5, I shit you not, the story felt like it was only like 4 or 5 hours. Like it did not.
Is
Dog,
Gears 3
yeah,
really
it
the
felt-
longest?
I don't know, it feels the longest to me. Maybe it's because Dom dies
Shit,
and it makes me sad.
That
like-
I
that
thought it
felt
was
slow
always
to me.
Gears 2 that was
Or
the
not slow.
longest one.
That felt quick. That one felt like it went by.
Gears 2 might be the longest, I don't know. Like
Gears
2
2,
was pretty solid.
I went back. I just beat that one again. That one felt the longest to me.
That one's a pretty solid fucking game. Like,
Oh,
there's
it
some
is.
heft behind that.
It's still my favorite.
Oh,
It's a
excuse me.
lot of people's favorite objective. Well, because it fucking introduced a lot to how the locusts
Holy
work.
shit,
It
yeah.
explained what the fuck they do to people when they capture them.
Well,
How
and
fucked
like,
up it is.
holy fucking shit! Name like another Gears game where you can like, you go from being on a drill derrick to being underground fighting fucking locusts in their home turf, to being back onto the surface driving a fucking tank, to going back underground to flying a fucking like what the fuck are they? I'm like spacing their names. The fucking flying things. Oh, why am I forgetting their name? This is kind of embarrassing. Whatever the fuck, Reavers. To like going back underground again and riding a Brumach that gets turned into a Lambent Brumach that you in turn hit with a hammer strike and detonate a light mass
Yeah.
bomb on. Like that, I always thought that was fucking crazy, and that led to
That
Gears
was
3
lit.
so good. There's just not another game in the series that's as interactive and like intense and fun for the player. I feel like you kill more Locust in 2 than you do in any of the other ones.
There's an achievement for how many? 500,000? 50,000?
Yeah, it's 500,000, I think.
Yeah, my god.
All right, so like the trophy or like the medal or whatever the fuck you want to call it, the achievement in Gears 2 is called Sirius 2.0, and I'm not sure how many kills it is, so I'm gonna fucking check. But like fucking, you know, when you look something up on Google, it's not exactly the best thing in the world.
Oh, so you gotta get 3,000 kills?
No, that's what he said he had.
Oh.
Dude, where's the amount of kills? Okay, so yeah, it's gotta be fucking 550,000. I've got it. I have it on Xbox. I'm pretty sure, or like I'm very close, one of the two. But I don't know. I can't find the exact amount. Whatever. But it's a lot of fucking locusts. There's a lot of grubs that you have to kill, and like man, I enjoyed killing every one of them. Fuck the locusts.
It would be
I don't
like
even care.
it would take so many playthroughs. Like it would
Bruh,
at
you don't
least be
even
double-digit
understand.
playthroughs because the fucking I don't think the Xbox Live is like active on it anymore, is it?
I don't fucking know. All I know is I fucking play.
I feel like
I
you
played
can still
Gears
do
2.
Horde.
You can. I'm sure you can still do some online stuff on there, but that's because it's like an Xbox mainline series game. The only and like it's been ported. I mean, backwards compatibility onto fucking Xbox as to where with Halo 2, the only reason they closed that was because it was on the original Xbox. I don't see why they would close it. And, like, also, I've played through fucking Gears of War 2 literally, like, a retarded amount of times. Like, you don't even understand. Like, I played through it through a lot of different fucking summers.
I don't know why. It's just making me laugh.
Good old Daniel Radcliffe eating the barrel of a gun.
God, dude, that looks painful. Like, that legit looks painful.
Well, fucking yeah, he has a bunch of nails in his fucking hands, brother. Hell yeah, brother.
God, yeah, I'm actually excited to watch this movie at some point.
Oh, fucking hell, dude. Foster, I think you wanted to talk about...
Yeah. Alright, so today I bought a record player because, like, Dan, you already knew I had the Slim Shady LP and
Enter the Old Dirty...
ODB.
No.
It wasn't Enter the Old Dirty Bastard, it was Brooklyn Zoo by ODB. And, or Re-Enter the 36 Chambers.
Okay, Re-Enter, okay.
Two. Yeah. And, so, guess what I found at Walmart today, though? And I was actually kind of fucking shocked, because they never have explicit albums
It's pretty
there.
great.
Dude, they have the Chronic there.
I know, that's what I fucking bought on vinyl, and that's why I got the fucking record player.
It's fucking awesome, honestly.
That's fucking lit, dude.
I know, I saw that there, and I'm like, they never have explicit albums, and I fucking love the Chronic. I'm fucking getting that. And then Caleb went like, well, you want to know what you should get now? Since you got that, you should get the Doom 2016 vinyl. Holy shit, that's actually pretty affordable, too. And I'm considering it.
I heard the Eminem show, by the way. Last I heard was like $15-20.
I believe it. I already have it on CD though. I don't know if I need that Eminem album on vinyl. I don't think that's one I really need on vinyl.
Fair.
Oh.
I don't know how much the X ones are anymore. I got 17 for like $20, and I got question mark for 23.
The only other fucking Eminem album I would get on vinyl would be the Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah, that's fair. I need to get that one too.
And possibly Relapse, but like I don't know. I really do like Relapse, but I don't know if I get it on vinyl.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Out of context, sorry. I'm on Bethesda's website looking at some Doom stuff, and like, man, there's this controller on here for the 25-year anniversary, and it's like 25, but it's like the way they made the 20, like the 2 and the 5 on there, is literally just like clean swathes in between like fucking just like mangled corpses of demons. I gotta say, that's some pretty good design. Alright, sorry, go back to what you were talking about. I just had to talk about this crazy shit I'm looking at.
But yeah, no, I got a record player now, so like now I can actually like play the fucking vinyls that I have.
I mainly do it for a collecting thing, but at this point it's like I've gotten quite a few at this point where I would just love to I would, at least the ones that are already opened and then I bought used, I would at least like to put those in. Like the ones that are like shrink wrapped, especially the X ones, I'm never opening those. First pressings, not gonna fucking happen. But like other things that like the Bathory album, I think Scumfuck Flower Boy is, maybe not.
I'm glad I got the fucking Chronic though, because that's definitely an album.
That's definitely one to get. I would get that in 2001.
If you're yeah,
That was my favorite.
If you're a rap fan, like that's definitely something. Even if you don't have a record player, that's just something you buy on vinyl just to say you fucking have.
Yeah, and there's only a few rap albums I would say are like that.
Yeah, and the one I fucking suggested to you is one of them that you have.
Enter the Wu-Tang?
Into the 36 Chambers.
Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, that's what it is. It's kind of a weird title. I call it Enter the Wu-Tang just because, like, yeah, fuck it, 36 Chambers is in parentheses.
Nice.
Okay. I'm just gonna involve this in real quick. I might irresponsibly spend a lot of money on the Bethesda page for Doom here soon. So, like, if you guys need an update on my financial situation later, I'll let you know.
I almost feel like I need to check this out just to see what all you're like eyeballing.
Between that one and that
God,
one,
dude,
though?
there's just
like that one's 80. And
wait. So these ones are bigger, I think.
Oh, okay.
They're like, wow, that is dope as fuck. I want that. The Marauder's like my favorite fucking. Might be my favorite demon.
Dude, what they have Oh, I don't like the way the statue looks, though. He looks cooler in game.
Yeah, that's true, but
Yeah,
I still do like it.
It's cool, but he looks cooler in game.
I don't know, so I want to get the Phobos skin, or the Phobos Slayer skin, because I love the Phobos skin. That's like my favorite skin in game, so far at least. And I want to get this fucking Marauder figure. I think I'd just go with the $22 one. It looks fine.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. That looks
I
fine to
like
me.
it better anyway, because it goes
look at
with
the
the
ads.
original color scheme. Because the $80 one's cool, but it's too bright.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's too
like
bright.
I couldn't see like a little bit of the fucking like
see, go
color
back
on his like stomach.
See, like, go back to that one, like...
Yeah, it's like almost orange. Like
I don't
that's
know, I feel
cool.
like the other one's better.
I wanna. Ooh, dude, I'm gonna probably do those and order me a beer mug.
Alright, anyway, so, on
oh,
to the
excuse me.
movie. Today's
Alright.
movie, talking about Evil Dead 2. Forgot what fucking year it came out, though.
1987, March 13th, and it was originally
Oh,
supposed to
hell
be
yeah,
called
Dan.
Dead by Dawn.
Oh hell yeah, Dan's right on top of it. And also, I'd like to add in, you can really tell that this movie was supposed to be called Dead by Dawn.
Yeah.
Originally, if you just listen to the Deadites talk for 5 fucking seconds. Dead by Dawn! Dude, I fucking love this movie.
Listen, guys, I know I was mean to you in the beginning, okay? But I want you to know now that I care, and I appreciate everything. So I'm gonna sweetly and gently tell you, please, if you haven't seen The Evil Dead 2, click off now while you still have the chance. We wouldn't want to spoil the film for you and possibly ruin the way you experience it and not have that same enlightenment that we did when we first saw The Evil Dead 2. So please, come back later after you've seen the movie.
In other words, if you
We'll be
haven't
here.
watched this movie that came out like 20 to 30 years ago, like, you probably should go watch it.
Almost 40.
Fucking A, yeah. Almost 40 years ago. You should go watch it. Like, come on, man. It's a good movie.
Alright, nice shit is over. Let's get back to telling them how they're fucking up for not having seen Evil Dead 2.
Alright, so
The intro, like, kind of rehashes the first one, but it changes it enough, though, to where it alludes to where Ash didn't die at the very end, because Ash still, like, continues on.
right, yeah, it shows him get possessed. He gets
And then-
possessed in the beginning of 2.
And that's when he fucking cuts off his arm.
That's a little bit
Or
later,
is it
yeah.
later? Oh, my bad, sorry, I'm jumping a little too far ahead. Yeah, he gets possessed, and how the fuck did he get out of it, though?
It was like he seen the necklace, I believe, that his girlfriend gave him.
Oh, yeah, and it, like, pulled him out.
Yeah, it was like reflecting in the light, or it became day. It was one of the two.
No, he
then-
used it to reach for the book, and then he threw the book in the fireplace.
Oh, okay. And then, like, basically after that new, like, fucking group comes into the cabin, essentially, right?
Yeah. So what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what it was they were trying to cross the bridge, but the bridge is out still
Yeah.
from the events of the first one. It's actually the daughter and her husband or boyfriend of the guy who owned that place, because they remember the wife is locked downstairs.
And
She
also
turns
the guy who was on the recording that
Yeah.
brought everything to life in the first film.
Yeah, they listened to that. When fucking Ash listened to the recording and fucking accidentally activated the fucking book. Man, that fucking Shin couldn't save him from being a retard, apparently.
No.
Fuck. No, I think I'm jumping too far ahead if I, like, talk about this part, because, fuck. I don't know. Evil Dead 2, I do like the third one. Evil Dead 2 was probably my favorite one, just because it had my favorite fucking dark humor in there. It fucking,
Yeah, I
Christmas
think if
Eve.
I didn't have the sentimental like memories of with like Army of Darkness as much as I do, I think I would like two more. Like I do thoroughly enjoy the second movie. I think this is like definitely like runner up for fucking favorite fucking movie in this franchise. But
There's an argument to be had for all three of them. You could even say the third one is the best technically made because it had like, there's more experience with the crew. It was a studio film, so it had a higher budget. It looked slicker. It was shot nicer, but at the same time, I think like when you have all that, you kind of lose the spirit of what made Evil Dead what it is. And I
yeah,
think,
because there's
yeah,
a lot of it was almost like how cheap it was, honestly. Like, and that's what they encapsulate in fucking like Ash versus Evil Dead really well. I found like incredibly surprising actually. Like, is they capture how cheesy it is while keeping it like really interesting and kind of like almost creepy in certain aspects. Like the fucking like one demon that possesses the oh, I'm forgetting her fucking name. That's dumb. But it's the girl that joins their party. Black hair, wears the eyeliner. I'm just spacing names right now because I haven't seen this series in like 2 years. But
wait, which movie, which character?
no, it's in the TV series.
Oh, okay.
It's in Ash vs Evil Dead. But she gets possessed by this one, and it's like this like fucking like it's like face keeps like changing and shit. Like I always thought that was interesting because like I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be a deadite, what they look like without fucking like being inside somebody, but like I always thought that was like an interesting depiction of a demon for sure.
Yeah. God damn, I really need to see Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. It's really good.
What would you say it's the most like, 1, 2, or 3? I would guess 1 or 2.
Yeah, 2, I'd say.
Good.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of throwbacks to the older ones. I'm gonna send a picture of that demon I was talking about, by the way, to the group chat. Okay, well, while Discord processes my shitty memes.
Oh no! Wait, what? Oh my god!
I just suppose we
That's
should...
not even a meme. That's actually just from that Daniel.
Yeah, that's
movie we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's actually just from fucking Guns Akimbo.
You were not bullshitting. He is like.
Yeah, his fucking hands.
Yeah, they're fucking. His hands are nailed to the fucking guns.
Where the fuck is this fucking picture? Where did it save it to?
It might be on your downloads.
Why did it save it to somewhere retarded?
It's probably on your downloads. Fucking Google Images loves to do that.
I see a Total War mod manager. And Quake.
I'm throwing that picture into the fucking
I was gonna say, save it
version.
again, but like...
You better.
Just like change to where it gets saved to.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So like... All I'm saying is, right, I feel like Evil Dead 2 is like the most underappreciated one out of them, though.
Evil Dead 2? You think so?
Yeah, I feel like I always fucking hear people talking about Army of Darkness and Evil Dead 1. Like, I feel like I don't hear people talk about Evil Dead 2 as much.
Oh, people, that's the main one that everybody gravitates towards to, at least on YouTube.
Can we fucking talk about the fucking wife walked in the basement?
Oh, dude, hell yeah, that's my favorite part.
Because that was Sam Raimi's brother, right? And that's the one who plays the fucking nerdy guy in the Daily Bugle.
Yeah,
at Spider-Man.
Yeah,
right?
that's
we know his last name's Raimi.
Yeah, it's Raimi brother Raimi.
Raimi brother Raimi.
But
is it Ted?
Yeah, it's Ted Raimi. Yeah, it's Ted Raimi. Yeah. I was going to say Ted, but it sounded fucking wrong.
I can't ever, because fucking Dan pointed it out the first time I watched it, and I just can't like look at it.
Fuck you, I did.
It. No, Dan did, because I watched Evil Dead 2 with him.
When the sweat comes out of his ear. Fuck you. That was
either
me.
that or you both did. Because I remember. Dan telling me.
No, I think I told you about the tear in his suit when he was swinging in the air and shit.
Yeah, you can like see his back or
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah, I told you about
I
that.
guess you did.
No,
tell me about
what
that.
I told you about was when he's spinning in the air when he has
It's just coming
the
out
one
of his
dude's
fucking ear.
yeah,
Oh,
he
it's
has
so
that one dude's
gross.
daughter, the fucking one dude who started the whole fucking shenanigans. He has her daughter, like his daughter or whatever. He's like nomming on her hair or something, and then like if you watch when he's like tilts sideways, like it's like a perfect stream of fucking just sweat coming out of his ear. It's fucking fucking
pretty
gnarly,
gross.
honestly. It's pretty gnarly. I guess that fucking suit was pretty fucking hot though.
Yeah, cause like, dude, like that wasn't just like little dribbles of sweat. Like that was like a whole like fucking like plastic like tube just like flowing out. Like that was like gallons of sweat.
Yeah, in the Evil Dead, or not in the Evil Dead, sorry, in the Kill Count by Dead Meat.
Shout out to that channel. By
Yeah,
the way.
I
It's
love-
a really good channel.
I love
You guys-
me some Dead Meat.
If you guys haven't, you should go subscribe to there. They just fucking do the kill counts on like a bunch of horror movies.
Yeah, it's a
They actually
great
do
channel.
give you a bunch of like cool production facts too.
For sure, a lot of great personality behind the channel as well. But in the Kill Count they do for Evil Dead 2, when he's actually they're talking about when Ted was taking off his suit, like they would drain the water out of the feet and shit too, like not the water, the sweat, because there would be so much down there. It's not like he was sloshing around. That's yeah, dude. You ever like get like walk into some water with your fucking shoes and just have your shoe like the
It
sole
was like
get
that.
soaked?
It was
Oh
like
my
that
God.
for a whole fucking day.
It was like that, but yeah, like for a whole day, and that's your sweat. Like
well, not water. No, well, I mean technically water, but like bodily water.
yeah, like I heard that.
just sounds disgusting
I
as shit.
yeah, I heard the part where it was like all squishy and like swampy and shit from like when I was reading on fucking articles about the on the fucking.
You think Evil Dead 2 is where we get the term swamp ass from?
Dude, I don't know, but again, out of context, real quick, but I made a religion in Civilization 5 called Swamp Ass, or 6, I mean, called Swamp Ass, and it took over all of Asia within a month. I mean,
Good job,
I'm just
bud.
saying, guys, Swamp Ass spreads pretty quickly.
You are a
make sure you're
titan
keeping
of
those
swamp
cheeks
ass.
dry. No,
I just can't sit.
I'm the high priest of Swamp Ass, dude.
The fucking Pope.
High priest, fuck you.
Archbishop.
You're a cardinal.
I don't know the levels.
Sure you don't. Fuck you, Dan. I'm gonna body slam you.
Caleb, let me tell you something.
All right. There's some. Alright. Well, I pulled out my favorite scene because I just really fucking like that part because it has like a lot of layers onto it on as to why it's really fucking gross because it's legit actually fucking gross.
So for sure, my favorite scene is when Ash is going crazy and he's having the dance off with the fucking lamp.
Oh yeah.
And then like he fucking like eats shit or something like that, and the fucking no, he doesn't eat shit. He's like, what? He's like looking at the lamp and he starts laughing with it, and then like the fucking he looks to his side at the fucking like deer on the wall and it starts laughing at him.
That's my favorite
and he's
scene
like,
too.
what are you laughing at?
Oh yeah, because they were all like trying to fuck with him to like isolate. Because at that point, right, he was the only one left, right? Yeah.
Because that was right before the other people get in there, because he accidentally shoots at them because he doesn't know what the fuck's going on,
That's right,
basically,
yeah.
while they're trying to get in. And then he gets possessed and beats the fuck out of them, too. And that's when he gets the... Because, okay, so in the first part when he gets possessed and comes back, it's because it's day. So the second time he gets possessed and comes back, it's because he sees the necklace. I remember that much, actually. All right, Dan, what's your favorite scene, though?
That was mine too, actually, and the reason why it was my favorite is because I feel like it's, and like I don't even think that it was like even one of the worst days on set or like one of like the big like one of the ones that Bruce Campbell would have a story for, but it's like the point in the trilogy where you feel like Ash has it the absolute worst, and it feels like the ironic strength of this trilogy is watching Ash go through absolute hell and how much torment he puts up with, and this is like the pinnacle of it, and it's done like in a way that, like, no matter what, like, whenever I watch this movie, it still fucking cracks me up.
And,
Although I think
there's
partly it is the look on the deer's face.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's fucking when it's laughing. Looks like such an asshole.
Another one of my favorite scenes in there too. Speaking of which, since you guys were talking about that, is before he cuts off his hand, when he's just fucking fighting with his left hand.
Yeah.
For like a good 10
And it's
minutes.
like that. I still love Bruce Campbell because he did all of his own stunts in that scene, and he's like smashing himself in the fucking face with stuff like plates and cups and fucking bowls and shit. Like, holy fuck, dude.
And then, well, I mean, since we're talking about that scene, so Bruce's like, sorry, I'm going to talk to him as his fucking character, not his actual fucking name. Ash got possessed again, but like what? It like traveled like to his arm for some. Oh wait, no, he got bit. Right?
Yeah,
He got bit, and it's still kind of like a zombie plague in the aspect of like, I guess if you get bit by deadite, then essentially, I don't know, you get their essence and you turn into one. So like his left arm just like slowly like starts freaking out, starts like beating the shit out of him. He's like literally like having a brawl with his fucking left hand, and eventually it just comes down to where he fucking cuts it off.
With a fucking chainsaw, too.
And then replaces it with that chainsaw. And then he just has a fucking chainsaw arm.
Yeah, puts his chainsaw arm on, cuts his shotgun into a sawed-off, and goes downstairs to retrieve the Necronomicon.
Not before saying, groovy.
Groovy. Dude, I think part 3 has the best quotes, but part 2, for sure, still has good ones. Like,
yeah, it does. It's when they started, in my opinion.
If anything you can give part 2, you can say it was the iconic moment in where Ash got his iconic chainsaw arm.
Oh yeah, dude, and like another big thing for sure, like.
Well, it's also where it's got its comedy started.
Yeah, and that's where it started
like
getting.
The first one we can all admit, and it wasn't supposed to be either.
Yeah.
First one not funny. It's not supposed to be. I mean, like, sure, like if you look back at it now, just like given that we're in 2020 now, and the first one was made in 1981, like, yeah, you can like see that like some things are cheesy and shit. But like if you look at it from like the era in which it was like created, you know, it wasn't like. It was shock value. It was meant to like scare the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's why there was
like,
so
not
much
be
blood.
Anything else, yeah. Whereas, like, that's where Evil Dead 2 and then it changed this game, and then Evil Dead 3 still had that comedy, but then it added, like, the element of fantasy in there as well. Because, like, I will say, I don't hate Army of Darkness. I like it. Army of Darkness is not scary to me, though. It's not scary.
No, not at all. I think
it's a good movie. I'm not.
It got a little.
It's not.
It got a little rapey at one point, though. I will point out. All of these movies have some like weird little rapey scene in them, and like we'll get into.
Because 2 had another tree scene.
Yeah, it had another tree scene. We'll get into Army of Darkness's rapey scene like later. It's so obviously there too. It's not even like a shameful thing either. It's just weird because it's like they're supposed to be undead. Why are they raping? But whatever. I got a bone to pick with you. But I don't know, man. I think Army of Darkness 2 is probably like a 9 out of 10, and I would give it a 10 out of 10. But that would mean it would have to be on the same level as fucking like. Fucking oh my god, it's Army of Darkness. Started spacing shit for a second there, and I can't have it on there as the same one because then it would mean they're equals, and I can't like it's technically not.
Because I mean, it's
in my opinion, at least,
because
That's
it's not
fair.
a part of the. It's not a part of the original trilogy. Are we gonna do the remake?
I think we should
on
do
its own episode.
I think we
at some
should.
point?
I think we should wait and do it for a Halloween special.
I do too, mainly because like I want to like take a break from horror after episode 3, just to like kind of
that's
freshen
fair.
it up.
We should get into. We should do
I
Mandy.
was just curious if we were gonna do anything with the remake because I do really like the remake and we should talk about that at some point.
Yeah, and I want to get into like some of the newer movies too. Like Mandy, for example. Mandy was fucking wild.
The remake's like what got me into it because the fucking remake of Evil Dead, that genuinely to this day still scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, the cinematography for it was really good, and a lot of the camera angles and shit. For an example, when like the sister's going batshit crazy on it in the cellar, that scene was a lot more creepy than it was in the original, by a long shot.
Like the additive too, though, that they're bringing her there to like fucking take her out. Okay, anyway. This is for a different episode, sorry. I just really like the remake.
What's your guys' ratings? Mine's 9.
Oh, for Evil Dead 2?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10, because like I said, my favorite one's the remake. But yeah, Evil Dead 2 is probably my second favorite out of everything, though.
I love the movie. I think as far as entertainment and shit, it's like it's the one that I personally gravitate to, like that perfect balance between horror and comedy.
Right.
Maybe not the best quotes, maybe not the best dialogue, maybe not even the best like cinematography, although what I like about the trilogy is like how each one progressively gets better in that aspect. But I think as far as like ones like to go back, like I'll go back and rewatch all of these movies, but there's something about 2 that is just extra rewarding, especially like once you finish it, and it's like, man, that one was just there was clearly a fucking improvement in quality from the first film. There was actually like, somewhat more to the story. The characters actually had things, they had purposes, they had goals, they had personalities even.
How about the super ambiguous ending?
Oh, the ending was fucking awesome. Like,
do you like how they again? I know, again, this should be something for Army of Darkness, but I got to bring it up really quickly.
Yeah, I didn't know how to like transition into.
They again really fucking like just restart the beginning like right away. Like they redo the opening again. Because remember in Evil Dead 2, he comes down and he kills the Deadite that's flying around. They're like, oh, dude, this guy's got a shotgun and a fucking chainsaw. Let's be on his side. And like they're all, he's gonna like save us or whatever, and he's like no, because he's like realizing he's back in time, as to where and then you get the remake, he's like drops in and they're like, oh dude, this guy's obviously a demon, because we've seen plenty of demons with chainsaw arms apparently.
Yeah, allegedly.
Also, these fucking guys are like in Samaria or whatever, or Assyria, where the fuck ever they are. They're in like the Indus Valley region or whatever. Like they're supposed to be in like the desert where like the Necronomicon was, but like they're wearing English tabards and shit like that. That was my fucking favorite part. Or the fact that there's a northerner group and the only difference between them and the regular knights is that they're red.
I'm trying to look through my notes in my Army of Darkness one just to see, because I found it in the bonus features. Oh well, I think it might be in my other sheets.
On a real note, with Evil Dead 2, one thing I always felt kind of like was like a weak death in that one was how like the lead female, I'm forgetting her fucking name for some reason, but she gets stabbed in the back with the Kandarian dagger, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like it's so like, and it's Ash's hand, which is like cool because it's like, oh, that's fucked up, But like at the same time, it's like it feels like it was just kind of thrown in there last second just to like kind of get rid of the character, because like in like up till Ash versus Evil Dead, he didn't have anyone like traveling with him. Mm-hmm. Like everyone died in all the encounters. Yeah, it was just always him. So. But anyway, still love the movie without like any like grudges or holdbacks. Like there's like, again, probably one of the easiest to sit down and watch too.
Yeah, especially if you're in the mood for Evil Dead.
Oh yeah, if you're in the mood for an Evil Dead movie, Evil Dead 2 is the perfect one. Got any interesting production facts there, Dan?
So basically, what they were wanting to do with the sequel. And first off, they weren't even going to make a sequel, but everybody's career, like that was in everybody who came on board from the first movie to Evil Dead 2, a lot of them had worked on Sam, Rob, Ted, and Bruce's movie Crime Wave that was just an absolute fucking bomb and got absolutely panned by critics. So everybody's career was just kind of like, in question. So when they decided to go back and make a second movie, because that's what they were like, a lot of people, like a lot of their friends, a lot of their like, a lot of the people they had met in the industry had just been like, why don't you go back to that old Evil Dead concept? And originally, what they were going to do once they decided to go through with it was what we would get for Army of Darkness. But
Right.
but based off of like the $3.6 million budget that this movie had, that just wasn't at all possible, especially independent. There was just no way they were going to raise that kind of money for that. So they just kind of had to say, okay, well, let's go back to the cabin. Let's continue the storyline of the first movie, and then unfortunately, when they go back into production, not everybody from the first movie was able to come back for the second one, and a lot of them didn't want to at the time. I mean, which is fair, totally fair.
Yeah, they weren't exactly fans of the filming conditions of the first one and shit like that. Personal
Well, and they
issues
don't
as
blame
well.
Sam for that because they also
Right.
knew it was low.
They also
budget.
just-
They
a
were
lot of
just
them had
like,
a
we
lot
just
of-
don't want to fucking do that.
Yeah,
again.
and a lot of them had recording fucking like already like made fucking like plans kind of situation, I believe.
Also, fun fact: Evil Dead 2 wouldn't have been made without fucking Stephen King. So like,
Shouts outs
Yeah.
to my boy.
yeah, shouts outs to Stephen King for helping that get a fucking production company because
Yeah, no
he
shit.
told Sam Raimi, or no, he didn't tell Sam. It was fucking it was God, was it Stephen King's assistant? I don't know. Will you pull up the article because I don't want to fucking get this wrong.
Yeah.
That-
Stephen King's 1982
That was
review
the
saved
review
Evil
that
Dead.
like boasted the first Evil Dead, but like there is another thing Stephen King helped with to get 2 started though. He talked to like fucking some lady who used to, because I think she was one of the fucking actresses off of the first Evil Dead, and she was just talking to Stephen King about it, and he was just like, "Oh, well, I love the first one," and then like he had connections and like to help Sam Raimi get like a production team going on or some shit, helped like a studio get it recognized. I may be plagiarizing it though, so like that's why I had Caleb pull it up because like I don't want to get this info wrong because I can't be completely wrong on this.
God damn, Bruce Campbell's
Bruce
jaw, dude.
looks the fucking same.
God, what a fucking titan amongst men. But all right.
Before I forget,
Who wound up
what's up?
making Super 8 movies?
We're fucking reading through this article real quick.
Yeah,
trying to
sorry.
find-
We're trying to find where Stephen King comes into place because I want to make sure my info's right on it.
Okay. Real quick, before I forget, copyright issues were also a problem in getting footage from the first film in for the opening of Evil Dead 2.
Oh yeah, which is why they had to change the intro, basically.
Yeah, it was fucking with New Line Cinema, wasn't it?
Here we
No,
go.
I don't believe so.
Making movies down there. Who does she?
Well, don't
run
they own
into?
the rights to Evil Dead?
No.
Okay, so
They own the rights to Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Texas Chainsaw
Is
Massacre.
making movies down there. Who does she run into? She gets on the crew of Maximum Overdrive, directed by Stephen King. Stephen was like, "What are you up to?" And she was just like, "I came from working with these guys trying to get money for Evil Dead 2." He goes, "Evil Dead 2? They can't get money for that?" She says, "No." He calls the fucking lady and goes, you should make this movie. I think we had a deal." And yeah, so he basically like just hooked them up with a movie studio because like fucking Stephen King was owed a favor by him.
Hell yeah, dude.
And that's
That's
how Evil
awesome.
Dead 2 was made, essentially, was by the good word of Stephen King because he loved the fucking first one so
Yeah,
much.
Stephen King said that the first Evil Dead was the most ferociously original horror movie film of the year when it came out.
He really fucking loved that movie.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It was a pretty fucking wildly different movie.
Hey, look, there's fucking
And then there's
scene
Evil
from
Dead 3.
from fucking good old Army Darkness.
So a lot of precautions were taken to avoid the freezing temperatures from the set of the original film. The conditions they went through and like how it just like made it kind of just stilted production a little bit, having to make sure everybody was warm and fed. And then when it came time for the second film, they decided to film in North Carolina to avoid the winter there. But when they got down there, the humidity and the heat in that location would end up kind of fucking them over, especially Ted Raimi having to wear that suit.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, back to the good old ear drain, dude.
The old swamp ass.
Ah, dude, imagine feeling
Swamp
that
ass
fucking.
coming out the ear, dude.
Imagine feeling that swamp ass run up your fucking lower back and out your ear.
In between your toes and in your fucking ears.
Oh man,
That's fucking nasty.
that's all hot.
Coming out
It
your
feels
ears
like-
and being shown and exploited for the whole world to see.
Have you ever like drank like really hot, gross beer and that's just been like sitting in a car for like a day, and it gets that like thick like layer of like shit over the top almost? It's like where the sugar all raises up.
Sam
That-
loves Bruce and he loves Ted, but man, they're always
Okay.
on his shit list.
But anyways, that's how I feel like that felt coming out that fucker's ear.
Oh yeah, it probably felt like absolute ass.
It just felt like skin flakes, salt, sweat, and probably some tears because like goddamn not wanting to repeat this fucking scene for the 15th fucking time probably. Dude, they have Doom Eternal album cover print sets for pre-order on Bethesda.net, and I might have to pick one of those up.
Good.
And then I might have to get the Phobos again. Man, I'm gonna spend some money.
Anyway.
Make bad decisions. You know me. All right.
Anyway, even though the suit like ripped on camera and shit, it was still pretty ambitious, and the suit, like, you know, when there wasn't a rip in the ass, it was pretty cool. Definitely some of the better effects, at least
Oh, for
gore
sure.
wise.
For sure, yeah. And like the suit again, like it looked good. The only spot in the film I feel like didn't really age well. I feel like had to be the spot where they went from practical effects to CG on the wife when she like her neck gets all long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree.
I feel like that's literally the only scene that didn't age well. Like honestly.
No, I completely agree.
Or like set of scenes, I guess, like her fucking like extended neck whenever it's in there. Like even the animation on the tree looked better when like it was like getting sucked into the portal and was like shit talking Ash.
And then him and the car go flying in.
Yeah, it's like all shit talking. Oh, I finally won, and then like they all get sucked into the fucking portal. All right, that's enough out of you.
No, it's not. Oh wait, no, maybe it is. Okay, we're good. But
You guys ever just beans?
I do like me some beans.
But speaking of the suit and all the other effects and shit that went into making this movie, it was also a huge step up in the production department because these guys had worked on the Nightmare on Elm Street series and Phantasm, so there was actually there was, you know, more experienced and established crew members on this movie. Which was good because a lot of the camera operators and I think editors too were let go during the production of this movie for differences in, you know, quote unquote, like differences in creativity.
creative differences and like opinions were different as well on how certain scenes should be. Yeah, there was a lot of like veterans and shit that I feel like that were brought in on this movie, and like you can tell, like even with like Army of Darkness having like probably a higher budget and more production time, I feel like Evil Dead 2 still holds up better than Army of Darkness. Like again, I still love Army of Darkness; it's my favorite, but Evil Dead 2, like again, just looks way better.
Well, because and like again, not to downplay Army of Darkness because I do like it too, but like the reason probably why, at least in terms of like why it doesn't age super well, is probably just because of the amount of cheesiness that's like in there.
Right.
Again, like I like it, and like you kind of like when you're watching like a movie like that though, you kind of like have to like be put in the mindset of like when it was made. You can't like be looking at it now and going like, oh well, that's retarded, because like fucking obviously,
Yeah,
like it's a no-brainer. But like it's like, I don't know, man, like go back to the 90s and like it's funny.
Like even like
It's funny.
I don't even have to go back to the 90s. I still just enjoy that shitty humor.
Yeah, I'm fair.
I just like shitty
I mean, I don't
humor.
know, we fucking watch shit posts all day.
Yeah,
So.
like we're not
Yeah.
good judges on humor, to be fair, but like I fucking love the humor in this fucking movie.
I do too. It's not as direct as Army of Darkness, and that's why I might like it better.
Yeah,
But Army of
I think
Darkness,
that's
like
why I like it too.
Army of Darkness, man. Army of Darkness had the skeletal deadites, the undead.
Yeah, it had only like the main villain, like Evil Ash, was a deadite, I think, and then the rest were like
And
undead.
then that evil
'Cause he was
Deadite King or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was just Evil Ash because he got
Yeah.
his fucking face blown off
Oh,
and then
yeah,
resurrected.
That's right, yeah.
Oh my God.
I think he was the only like deadite. The rest were resurrected by the Necronomicon. Cause like they were all the skeletons and shit.
Yeah.
Cause fucking Ash's dumbass fucked around with the words.
Because he's like, I'm a fucking retard.
Oh man. Anyways, what's your guys' final thoughts on it?
Before we get into final thoughts, we gotta go back to what you were talking about earlier, which is a possible second tree rape.
Oh yeah, the tree rape scene that we're not entirely sure if it's actually tree rape.
Because it's not really.
It doesn't show it like it.
Practically shown. Which
Yeah.
I can appreciate it for that, because like I said, it's kind of like what Caleb said in the last episode. Sometimes like.
It's quick,
I
but
get it for
but
the
what you
shock
saw was
value,
enough.
but like sometimes it's unnecessary, and like fuck, I will even say that for the fucking remake though, because the remake,
especially for the remake. Most of all, I
the
think.
remake makes that fucking extremely brutal.
Yeah, it's fucking
And
raw
like
as
I
fuck.
get extremely grossed out, but I mean, like again, it's the point of it. That's why like I really like the remake, because it fucking scares the shit out of me.
When we were recording the first episode, you and me actually watched the tree rape scene for the second movie, remember?
Yeah.
So what happens is it like wraps around her legs, it gets suggestive because it's like ripping her clothes and shit, and then it starts dragging her, and it drags her through like that
and
fucking
huge
ass
it
mud
mainly
puddle.
just goes like after her face though, and then like
Yeah, it's, like,
Ash
cutting
like gets
into
it,
her face
yeah,
and
and then
shit.
like Ash like gets it off of her, so it doesn't.
No,
she doesn't.
No, she gets drugged through that fucking that road, dude. She gets fucking plowed like.
Oh
into
yeah, by
walls
the
and
fucking
under
tree, right?
Yeah,
because
roots,
she gets pulled in. Oh yeah, because we watched like the fucking clip for it last.
Yeah,
week.
it like
That's
drags
right,
her through the fucking road and then like into
Yeah,
it.
and like you
kills
don't
her.
see it because it cuts off, but like you see the POV camera, and
Yeah,
it's going
she's,
like
like,
right
right about to
towards
hit
the
it,
tree.
yeah. Yeah, that was
You can just imagine it splits her in half.
yeah, the speed they were going, like there's no fucking way it didn't.
Yeah, fuck. I actually forgot about that part. Yeah. So anyway, my final thoughts on this movie. In terms of the original trilogy, it's probably my favorite one. Like I said, it's I don't know. I've been repeating it for a while. So is Dan. It just has a really good blend. It has the perfect blend of like the dark comedy, but also like the horror that you want. It's not too over the top with its jokes.
I feel
It's not trying to be too edgy with its horror this time either.
right. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely like a big boy, you know, like it stands.
Yeah,
amongst
like you
itself
could tell
better
you
than
could
the
tell
rest.
Sam like had done some growing up from the first one.
Yeah, I feel like that's why they cut out like making the tree scene as rapey.
Yeah, because he's like, all right, that's kind of unnecessary.
It's definitely the perfect blend of like slapstick humor, which like this would probably I think this would probably be the best example of slapstick in a horror comedy since like Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Like you don't really see that too often in horror movies because usually like that kind of shit just takes away from it or
Yeah.
makes a movie like too much or too cheesy. Granted, this one was made in the 80s and like had, you know, kind of low it was really low budget and it was extremely graphic and just like a completely fucking wild movie, but it's still it's kind of rare for a horror movie, a horror comedy to include that much slapstick and still like
Oh yeah,
hold
yeah.
up.
Yeah, it holds like just. I feel like it has like the perfect amount in it. Like it's never over the top with its humor. It's never like too in your face with it. It feels like it's there, and like you can kind of like accept it at its own pace.
That's
You know.
just that's why I think it's the fucking best one because it just has the best elements of all of them. Like I said, and that doesn't mean like the other two are shitty movies. The other two are great
No, they're
movies on their
definitely good
own.
ones.
I
Yeah.
just think two holds above them just because of the fact that you could tell Sam had grown up a lot since the first one, and he was doing like a lot of mature things uh, with the second one. Because like
He didn't want
I
to
would
make
say that about three, but again, he also had like a big budget for that one, so he also kind of had like fuck you money. Hence why like some of the old CGI again is the '90s too, so like you know take it for what it is. But like that's again just some of it just doesn't hold up.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, that doesn't mean like they're not good movies. That's just why I think two's the best. Just in terms of like practical effects, story, and like all the elements that it had blended in together, I just think it was the best at like incorporating everything that it wanted to equally and like at a good pace.
And what a beautiful irony. The fucking second Spider-Man movie is also the best, although that one's undeniable. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding. But
it's
in my
pretty
opinion, it
unanimous.
is.
That's where we get pizza time.
Pizza time. Dude,
You late? I'm not paying for those. Is late by like what, like 4 or 5
he
minutes?
just like pitifully undoes it, and it's just like, oh my god, I'm gonna go back and not have cash for a job I'm gonna lose now on his
Pizza
birthday.
time.
I think what fucked Peter over on that was just the fact that he was changing out of his Spider-Man costume.
Fuck, I haven't watched those movies since I seen them in theaters. Fun fact.
The only one I
Believe it or
didn't see
not,
was the first one.
the Spider-Man trilogy was like my Lord of the Rings before Lord of the Rings was my thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, I didn't hate these movies though. Like, I by any means.
Oh,
I just,
dude, like I know what makes Spider-Man 3 a shitty fucking movie. I still enjoy watching it.
It just fell so fucking hard from grace. I really love the first act. I love the first act. From there, it's just a goddamn tragedy.
My dad, he died, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking after putting Harry in a coma, my dad, he died, right? Yeah, I wasn't a part of it. I mean, granted, yeah, Peter didn't kill Harry, but I mean, could you still say he was technically an accomplice to his murder because Peter was still beating the fuck out of him before he got stabbed by his own glider? So I mean
yeah.
can we still technically say that Peter did technically kill Harry?
Yeah, that fight was also starting to
or not Harry, Norman. Sorry, Norman.
That fight was starting to heat up pretty hard too. Like someone was gonna fucking die, and like I feel like Peter low-key like knew that was gonna happen. You can't tell me the guy who can sense
Peter was in
things.
the right. I mean, Norman was like going batshit crazy. I'm not saying Peter wasn't in the right, But I'm just saying.
Dude,
Peter technically
just saying.
killed Norman at the end of Spider-Man.
Yeah, and
No, I
then they
agree.
played it off too, like really nonchalantly.
Yep.
For like killing his like friend's dad.
God, dude. Actually, this part at the end of Spider-Man actually kind of always makes me laugh because James Franco just seems like a pissed off fucking teenager when he's talking to Peter at the end. One day Spider-Man will pay. I swear on my dad's grave, Spider-Man will pay.
That's just me when Spider-Man doesn't show up to my birthday party, dude. I swear to God, Spider-Man will pay for his crimes.
All right, well, this is official now just because we were talking about it. At some point, we're doing the Spider-Man trilogy. I don't know when, but it's happening.
Oh.
That
Yep,
first
it's
one.
happening
That
now.
first one
It's
is
official.
interesting.
So
It's
let's just
back
watch
to it,
every.
yeah.
At that point, let's just binge watch all the Spider-Man movies, like every single Spider-Man movie.
Dude,
God,
no.
dude, even the shitty Andrew Garfield ones.
Shut up, you're watching them.
God damn.
All right. The only one I genuinely hate and cannot fucking get through is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I cannot fucking get through
See,
that.
how you feel about Spider-Man 3 is how I feel about Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
That movie sucks asshole, and we shouldn't have that much nostalgia tied to it because we were like 13 as opposed to 7 when fucking Spider-Man 3 came out. I'm sorry, Dan, your opinion fucking sucks.
Yeah,
on that.
I didn't like Spider-Man 3. I remember that. Like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it as much. I was always more of a Spider-Man 2 kind of guy.
Oh, no, we're talking about the Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh,
2,
you're
the
talking
one
about the
with-
fucking...
That's why I'm fucking yelling at him.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm like, Spider-Man 3 is definitely, even regardless, because even if you say it's a shitty movie, it's still like objectively better than The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I will fucking attest to that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there's no no
So anyways,
pop.
with
There's no
Spider-Man-
pop punk version of Peter Parker in
Now-
fucking
now we just got on
Amazing Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
2.
Dude, when
Okay.
fucking Spider-Man died in fucking Endgame, dude, or Infinity War, not NGL, got a half chub. Fucking Spider-Man. Peter
Fuck
Parker.
you, Spider-Bitch.
Spider bitch, more like, or I mean Spider-Man, more like Spider cunt. Got him. Peter Parker, more like Peter
Spider-Man,
Pecker.
more like Spider-Slut.
Spider-Man, more like Spider Child. Ha. Peter Parker, more like Peter Pecker.
Peter Parker, more like pedo. I don't know.
More like Pita Pit. I was just your average Pita Pit employee until I got bit by a radioactive turkey slice.
How the fucking turkey slice bite you?
You don't fucking want to know.
You don't want to know,
You
dude.
don't
It
wanna
came
know.
alive.
You don't want to know because it was in your pita.
But like,
Always check the
here's the
expiration
thing
date.
though: is like, how is it alive? Because like, it came off a dead thing.
Again, you don't want to know because it was in your pita.
But I don't eat pitas.
You ever found a bird feather in your lettuce?
A week ago?
Like
2
forever
weeks
ago, yeah, but I didn't have turkey. I
Forever
just
ago,
had
my
I
ass.
just
That was
had
like
cheeseburger.
That was like 2 weeks ago, Foster. That was not forever ago.
Yeah, but I had a cheeseburger pita though. I didn't have a fucking turkey pita.
Cheeseburger pita.
Dude, cheeseburger pitas are the shit. Don't even fucking start.
Oh my god.
Motherfucker cheeseburger.
That shit just sounds like diarrhea, dude. Like, honestly, that sounds like diarrhea for the next fucking 3 to 8 hours. And, like, I'm okay.
Liquid
I mean,
shit a kiss.
maybe with your bowel movements, yeah, but like,
If I'm gonna get the shits, I'm just gonna go get some wonton soup from Jade Garden. That sounds pretty fucking awesome. Fuck, dude, I want some wonton soup.
all right, guys. So, that was Evil Dead 2, I guess.
And a lot of Spider-Man.
Yeah, we went on a Spider-Man tangent at the end of that. We're keeping that
excuse
in.
me.
I want that Spider-Man tangent in because your fucking opinion is wrong, Dan.
Yeah, we should
Foster,
probably keep in the part about
Foster?
the half chub.
lick my
That part
fucking
seems really
pussy.
important.
It was definitely important.
That part seems really important. We should
Yeah.
keep that in.
I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna keep it in, but check it out.
Okay, keep that part in.
Check it out, Foster. Hey,
Alright, keep it
Foster.
in. Alright, I got
Foster.
a half chub.
Lick
I got
my
a half
fucking
chub from
buzzy.
Spider-Man. Oh, I'll lick your buzzy.
Lick
But
my
I just want to
fucking
let
buzzy.
you know that Peter Parker dying in Tony Stark's arms gave me the fucking weirdest half
let me
chub.
get some of that boozy.
Oh my god. Caleb, why can't you just watch porn like the rest of us?
Oh, no, I'm too desensitized to porn at this point because I've just watched so much of it that like regular porn can't satisfy me. So I gotta look at weird shit.
All right,
Like Battlefield orgies or some
I think
shit.
on that note, that's a good place to end the fucking episode.
What? Well, what's wrong? What's wrong with talking about porn? Come on. What, you think
Hey, no,
the people listening don't want to talk about porn?
No. All right, we're ending it there.
Cock and ball torture.
Well, you guys want
On a
to fucking,
Tuesday.
you guys want to shout out your fucking shit?
No, my stuff's currently not set up, but keep an eye out on Twitch for King Kaylor. Gonna be streaming some Warcraft and shit like that soon.
I'm really trying to stay away from that kind of stuff. Fuck my life.
And apparently fuck Dan's life, I guess.
I'll fuck his wife. Yeah.
You can fuck my wife, dude. You can have her.
Oh, okay, cuck.
I got.
Ah, look what you did. Dan, you're a fucking piece of shit. I don't know
I didn't
how
do
you did
nothing.
it, but you... I don't know
was
how
just-
you did it. I don't know how you fucking did it, you motherfucker, but you made my mouse fall.
Somehow,
I'm just lighting shit on
Dan,
fire
you
over on my end.
telepathically
Dan,
did
you
this.
fucking... I don't know how the fuck you did this. But
All right,
you
well,
keep that witchcraft out of here.
well, you know what?
I got
Everyone,
like 2
it's been a
bicks. I'm
good
just fucking with.
episode, but I think we should sign off. It's been another good episode of the Ball Busters podcast.
Thank you
We'll
for
see you
coming,
next
checking
week
it out. It was
For
fun.
Evil Dead 3 Army of Darkness. I don't know why the fuck I said it like that, but I did.
Dude, you know what? By the time episode 3 comes out, we'll be like... we'll be exactly, I think, a week away from when Minecraft Dungeons releases. That's pretty cool. I just want to play some Minecraft Dungeons.
Insane, dude.
It's on Game Pass. So like, I'm not even buying it. So if it sucks, like, then like I don't lose. But all right, I do agree. I think this is probably the best spot to leave off. Please tune in to our next episode coming hopefully next week around the same time.